Hey y'all, so if you're anything like me, you thought you needed to hire a lawyer to set up an LLC or maybe LegalZoom, but I'm here to tell you that is false. It's your girl K650 Credit, and I'm going to be talking to you guys about how to set up an LLC properly and doing it on your own and saving y'all a little bit of money, okay? All right, so first thing first, you do not want to set up an LLC if you don't know if you can actually use the name. So step one is going to be this. Make sure that the name is readily available to you on all platforms. I'm talking about Instagram, I'm talking about Twitter, or X, whatever you call it nowadays. Make sure the name is available and make sure nobody is using the name that you want to set up your LLC with. All right, so that's the first thing. And let me tell you, I didn't do this, and I've had to set up a couple LLCs and redo them because I just skipped this step that probably is common sense, but sometimes things are not so common with me. All right, so that's the first thing. The second thing after you do this is you want to make sure that you can get a business address and a business email. Now, most people don't know what a business email is. Can't have a Gmail, that Yahoo, that's not going to work either. You want to make sure that your business has, let's say mine, for instance, is at 650andup.com. So whenever you email my company, you're going to use whatever the beginning is at 650andup.com. That is the actual domain of our website. So you take the domain of your website and turn it into a business email address. And the best place to go get this done is from Google. Google, for me, is the easiest to navigate through. You don't have to go through all the hoops and hurdles. Google is the place to go. So once you get that business email address, you figured out if your name was readily available. And look, you want your name to make sense on your website as well. So don't pick a name that then you can't use as your business email address, because that's not going to work either. Make sure it's all the same across the board. All right, so now that we got our name, we got our business email address, the next thing you're going to want to do is make sure you can go get a virtual address. Now, look, I didn't even say let's go set up our LLC yet. We have to get the structure together. So you can get your virtual address from multiple different places. Opus, Regis, iPostal. I recommend Opus because Opus will actually give you a receptionist. So if you're starting off in the business and you don't really have money to hire somebody to help you with phones, it's an easy way to get a receptionist and a virtual address all in one stop. It is the more pricier one, but it comes with a lot of benefits. Now, listen up. The important thing about getting a virtual address, make sure you Google that address because the banks is going to Google you. And if that address is anything like a Staples, if it's a P.O. box, if anything of the sorts, then you're going to instantly get denied for funding. But I know I'm jumping ahead because we're not talking about funding. We're talking about an LLC. But if we do it right the first time, we don't got to do it again. All right. So Google the address. You want to make sure it's an actual corporate address. Okay. You don't want it to be Staples because, hello, it's Staples. That's not your business. We want to make sure that we can actually say our business operates out of this location, right? So Google it. So we checked out our name. We got our business email. We got our address. All right, now we're working. We're setting up the foundation, and we're almost ready to start structuring and getting our LLC. Once you get those three things, you'll be able to start establishing LLC credibility. Now, I did this wrong too. I got my EIN number and then I registered with my Secretary of State. I personally recommend registering with the Secretary of State and then go get your EIN number. Why? Because if you skip the little name thing I told you in the beginning, this will catch you at the door, right? So when you go to register your LLC, you're going to go to your Secretary of State. So, for instance, my LLCs happen to be in Connecticut. So we are going to say we're going to go to Connecticut LLC, right? Connecticut Secretary of State. You can go to register. You can type into Google because Google is your friend, right? Google, register my business in Connecticut, register my business in Delaware, register my business, and the link should pop up. Boop. And when the link pops up, now it's going to say, register your business. So now we're going to start going with the prompts. First thing you're going to do is ask your name. What is the name of your business, right? and it's going to tell you if the name's available. That's why I told you that before you even get to the step, let's see if it's available, because your heart's going to be crushed if you set yourself up to think that you're going to have a name. You went and start your Instagram telling everybody I'm starting a business, right? And then now the name not available. Go check the name. So once you check the name, you see the name is available, bing, we're in there. Next, it's going to ask you your business address. Well, we already got that, because most people start with their home address. And look, there's nothing wrong with setting up your home address, but when you try to go get some money from the bank, they don't want to see that. So having your business address already available to fill out the application, it'll save you time, because then you're going to have to go amend it if you have to change it. So let's just do it right the first time. So we got our business address that we already got set up, our business phone number. Now look, you can use your personal phone number to begin with, but if you want to go and get a business phone number right off the bat, you can. The place to do that is go to grasshopper.com. Grasshopper is a great place to get a business phone number, and you can just literally, it's an app on your phone. I remember when I first started, I thought it was really cool to walk around with 2 cell phones. Listen, when I brought one cell phone out that I needed for the other phone, it got really messy and it stressed me out. So now having the app on my phone makes life a lot easier, and it saves me a lot of time. So if you're anything like me and you forget to put your head on your shoulders some days, having 2 phones is just not the vibe. All right. So you got your business phone number, you got your business address, and then it's going to ask you for your business email address. I told you about going to get your business email address before. So all the things that I told you about structuring is going to be on this application. So you want to make sure you have that available as well. Now, when you got your business email address, you should have already gotten a website as well, because the only way you can get a business email address is if you register a domain. So the website is probably not built yet, right? But at least you have the domain. So you can put the domain down as well and build the website later. All right, I know I went a little fast. So just make sure you guys got it. We got our business email address, a website, a phone number. We name checked. Now we're filling out our LLC application with the Secretary of State, depending on what state you're at. Hey y'all, sorry to interrupt your episode, but I want to tell you something. If you're looking to build a business from start to finish, I would love to coach you. I will help you build this thing from start to finish, getting your LLC, your business address, your EIN number, you name it, I will help you do it. I know building a business can be completely hard and it can be stressful, but I want to coach you to get you to the finish line so you can go ahead and get funding for your business. So if this is you, click the link below and let me coach you on how to take your business from 0 to 6 figures today. Don't wait. Look, I want to coach you and I want to help you excel and achieve everything you're looking for in your business. All right, let's get back to the episode. Now, during the application process, it also will ask you for a registered agent. You can go on Google and find a registered agent. The most important thing, and I didn't know this until I started researching this myself, that you don't want to put yourself as a registered agent, because if something goes wrong with the business, like you owe somebody's money, you file bankruptcy, they need to go find somebody other than you. So you want to make sure the registered agent is not you. That's going to probably be the completion of your application. There's going to be some miscellaneous things in there. Are you a single member LLC? Are you a partnership? Make sure whatever you do, if you're a partnership, a single member LLC, whatever it is, do not file as sole proprietor. There is no protection for you as a sole proprietor. You and the business are one entity, okay? As a sole prop, you and the business are one entity, meaning that if something happens and somebody sues your business, you are liable. There is nothing in between you guys. So whatever you guys do, make sure you set up your LLC as a single member LLC, an S Corp, a C Corp, whatever you do, just please stay away from sole props, okay? I personally recommend when you're starting out, set up an LLC. When you get into your S Corps and C Corps, I think you should talk to an accountant. But look, I'm not a CPN. That is just my advice. Set up an LLC. It's really easy, especially when you're new to business. All right, so now we filled out our application. Bingo. We registered with the Secretary of State. We got our LLC. The next thing you're going to do is go get your social security number for your business. That's when we're going to go to the irs.gov. And if you want to type it into Google, apply for EIN number. It is free. Don't let somebody swindle you into thinking that the EIN number is not free. It's free. Go get your EIN number. All the information that we put on the Secretary of State is going to transfer over to your EIN number. All the information must be the same. Don't put something on that Secretary of State application and not be the same on that EIN number application. It all needs to be the same because all of this is setting you up for funding. So take all that information, register for your EIN, and when you get to the end of the EIN number, print out that actual paperwork that they give you. It's like your social security card. You know, when you use your social, you gotta go to the government center and do all this extra stuff to get it. It's the same thing with the EIN number when it comes down to your business. So make sure whatever you do, as soon as you get that EIN number, print that thing out. It's gonna be the last thing they do when it comes down to your business. And bam, we registered our own LLC. We didn't use LegalZoom. We didn't call the lawyer. I gave you all the steps you need to set up a proper LLC. Now, if you have any questions, hit your girl up. Like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend if this video helps you. I'll see you guys on another episode.